And now it's time for the top 10 most shocking 2016 WWE Draft picks. The draft is in the books, the first draft in 5 years. A lot of people have their own opinions on it, but the consensus is Raw beat the crap out of SmackDown. Now, let's get to number 10, the most shocking draft picks of the 2016 draft. Finn Balor, what can I say? People have been waiting for this guy to show up on the main roster for a long time, and he's going to be on Raw. So he was picked at number 5. Kind of shocking in my opinion because they had a lot of other people they hadn't even gotten to yet. Cena and Lesnar and all these other guys. Pretty shocking in my opinion, but hey, you got to kickstart these guys from NXT. You got to give them a good shot at the beginning, and this is kind of was a way to do that. Number 9. Cesaro. This one, I think, is somewhat shocking just because, he was drafted late. He was drafted at number 28. And he was also drafted to Raw. SmackDown has a very thin roster. Very thin. But Cesaro, he could have been a upper tier, maybe even a top guy on SmackDown. Now he's just going to be a mid-carder on Raw. He had a shot, and I actually saw the Cesaro interview that took place on the WWE Network Draft show. He was angry. He was ranting and raving. I don't know if it was a shoot. I don't know if it was a work. He looked pissed off. I mean, the guy's not happy, and I can't blame him. Number 8. John Cena was drafted at number 7 and went to SmackDown. This one only was shocking because how late he was drafted. Now, they have been mentioning on TV lately how John Cena is not wrestling on house shows. He's doing all these media appearances. He's hosting the ESPYs. But in my opinion, it was shocking that he got number 7. Number 7. Brock Lesnar right now is dealing with a lot of crap with the whole USADA thing and UFC, and WWE decided to go ahead and draft him. There were rumors that he may not even be drafted and he'll just show up on whatever show he wants to be on, basically. Number 6. Charlotte was drafted to Raw at number 3. This one came as a shock to many people because of how early she was drafted. Now, she is the WWE Women's Champion, but at the same time, the women have just been kind of put on the back burner a little bit. It's somewhat of a new era, and there's 2 separate rosters, so I guess it's time to kind of reinvigorate everything. Number 5. Kalisto. This one was mind-boggling to me because Kalisto, instead of being drafted to Raw, where he could be there with the cruiserweights, he's going to be on SmackDown. Now, if you remember, who was one of the big stars of SmackDown many years ago? It was Rey Mysterio Jr. He was a masked guy, Hispanic star, and I think that's kind of what they're looking for here with Kalisto. That's the only thing I can think of. Number 4, Paige goes to Raw. Alberto Del Rio goes to SmackDown. If you didn't know, Paige and Alberto Del Rio are dating in real life. Paige and Alberto Del Rio were out in public, seen kissing. It was shocking to a lot of people. Now they're on separate rosters. Del Rio was interviewed on the post-show on the WWE Network, and he was not happy. You could tell he was pissed off. We'll see if this relationship lasts, but it's going to be a test to their relationship. We'll see. But also, another interesting thing, Carmella was drafted to SmackDown, while Enzo and Cass were drafted to Raw. Now, if you didn't know this, Carmella and Big Cass are dating as well. So this is another relationship broken up. Number 3, the Wyatt family has been split apart. Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan are on SmackDown. And now Braun Strowman is on Raw. So you know what this means. We're going to get this big Braun Strowman push on Raw from the looks of it. Number 2, Mojo Rawley. I'll be honest. He's very annoying. And I know this is on purpose. But guess what? He's a babyface. And he's really not that great in the ring. And he's on SmackDown now. I mean, I just can't believe it. I mean, the guy's not ready. But hey, he's been in NXT for like 4 years. Maybe he'll reform his tag team, the Hype Bros, with Zack Ryder. It's a possibility. But in my opinion, this definitely was probably the worst draft pick. And now the number 1 most shocking draft pick of the 2016 WWE Draft is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson going to Raw, AJ Styles going to SmackDown. The club has been broken up. I'm shocked about it. It's surprising, but there could be a reason why this is happening. Finn Balor was drafted to Raw, like Anderson and Gallows, so this could be another reformation of the Bullet Club. Finn Balor, Anderson, and Gallows were all in Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling, so this could be the Balor Club, which has been rumored for several months as the name for this group with Anderson, Gallows, and Balor. Does that mean Balor's going to be a heel now? Which I guess is fine. Give me your opinion on what you think the most shocking draft picks were. Tell me your highlights, your lowlights of the draft. Give me your opinion.